Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Bonagazzi. To correct a few things in the last video, I may be doing it anyway, to add playlists just to games. I don't know yet. And that's just for like mobile games, PC games, because I will be doing all that and more. But, you know, there's that. Also, I want to point out that something about, well, actually, that wasn't a few things, that was one thing. There's something else I should tell you about that I just thought about. History. What I mean specifically, and I don't mean the History Channel itself. The History Channel has a lot of stuff that I'm not sure that should be history that people talk about. Like, really? And then there's things that, yeah, I can see how that's history. So that's just History Channel. But specifically when it comes to YouTube, like what you watched past history is not a good thing. And I'm going to tell you why it's not a good thing to keep it in there. They'll say it's a good thing to keep in there. They're lying to you. I mean, you can still find stuff all day long. And you'll probably still find, like, related videos that YouTube-related videos you've already watched. Or haven't all the way through. You know. But it's always good to keep it cleared. Because if you don't... Because believe me, I've had this plenty of times. Maybe it don't matter for the website when you use it on an actual browser, but it also makes a difference on the computer. So, yeah. And believe me, if you're doing it on the app, oh god, yeah, eventually it just locks you out until you've found another way to clear it, which will have to be, unfortunately, on another device, or well, actually, you won't even get access to your account until you've found it on a computer. Yeah. That's how badly you can get. Because if you let it go just because of what they say, because, yeah, it can be true to find where you were at, but I don't care if I had to start over. I mean, I really don't. I mean, I don't mind. I really don't want to have to start over, but I'd rather do that than have to pile it on and then be like, especially, even if I've already watch that one through, or if I started something else new and just piled up in there, because, you know, like, it wouldn't, I mean, there used to be where you could specifically remove stuff. Now you can't. You gotta clear it all out, which is dumb. So, I mean, that would actually be more helpful if you can just clear out the videos you've already watched. It shouldn't, I mean, you could go ahead and clear out the video if you don't want to watch it anymore. Should be an option too. But not, you gotta clear them all out. But, you know, it is what it is. And if I have to say that, I mean, not if, but I know that I do have to say this, that the history should be something that, unfortunately, it's got to be changed. Where it, like, okay, you shouldn't have to keep it open to where you shouldn't have to have it where you have to clear it all out, but it shouldn't be where it's got to close, or you have to completely do it, and otherwise it'll lock you out of your account. I mean, you can still, like, log into it, like, from other different sources, but you can't actually go on the YouTube. You have to use a different account. Believe it or not, you do. Even though that's supposed to be highly illegal, which I don't understand that kind of junk, because it's technically, it is, but it's not. Because if it was so highly illegal, how come you had to start all over? I mean, seriously. I mean, the hell of it is that you could be wearing different clothes and they never know it's you, you know? The original you from a different account. Let's say my name is Batman4529. That's not really my name, or I had a username like that, and I got banned off of YouTube or whatever. But then I decided to or even if you've seen my face before, but if I decide to change my appearance, and including my name, and said my name is Superwoman, but I don't dress up as a woman, or even if I did, it wouldn't matter. So all of a sudden, I'm that, but they're not going to freaking know. See, all the things I could point out with the actual security of that is stupid. Because there's no way to prove unless that person actually admits to it. And yes, it's been known to happen, but, eventually, some people have come out about it, or because they got caught because they were doing something they shouldn't have been doing in the first place, which got them caught. It isn't just because someone did it, it's because you did it in the first place, and you know damn well you shouldn't have been. It doesn't matter if you give it out to somebody else. Like, I can't remember how many stories there are, but there are so many of them out there, but I can come up with one that came up recently. I don't know if it was within this year or so, but I think it was this year that it was brought up, as a matter of fact. But something happened to happen, anyway, but this guy that was selling drugs, any kind of drugs you want, illegal or whatever, on this website. I don't know if it's still up and running, and I don't give a damn if it is or not. I'm not going there. So, anyway, the people that were actually getting these things were getting into so much trouble over it, but eventually they decided not to prosecute a lot of people. They decided to go after the guy who created it. Because it's illegal to sell drugs, but he created the website so that he could get away from all the rules. You can't, it doesn't matter. Okay? The thing that's going to get you caught is the things to worry about that are actually against the law. And they're there for your protection. I admit that there's some things that are not for our protection. Abortion. Oh, yeah. That's not for our protection. I mean, it's like this. You get what you get, okay? If you don't like it, well, you can't actually change it unless it was in a voting system. And a lot of things in the system are not going to be in the voting system. Like abortion. I don't think you can really you can actually vote to change that. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think you can. You can talk about going out and voting. Voting is actually subjective. Voting is the case of, well, you should be able to vote, and you can, but there's absolutely no point. Even if you don't get harassed about it, which is basically harassment anyway, when people do say, we should go out and vote, that's harassment. So it's telling them not to vote. So, whatever. There's no win-win situation for that. For harassment, anyway. But as far as voting goes, because let me put it this way to you, which is actually an overall true fact about voting. No matter what you vote for, it gets overturned and overruled by an electoral vote. College electoral. You may be a voter, but your vote will never freaking count. Not unless the electoral vote agrees with you, or any of the votes that you have ever voted. That's it's been proven many, many times, and still to this day, and it's not a bad thing to go out and vote. It's not, but it is. Because you think it's a good idea to vote when, if the electoral vote says no, then that's what's going to go. It always goes by an electoral vote. Regardless of whether you're voting for who's in charge, what should happen, whatnot, it doesn't matter. It gets overturned. Honest to God, this is why we shouldn't vote. But if you want to go vote, that should be your choice. That is your choice. I'm not going to tell you to go vote. You can go vote if you want to or don't. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you not to vote. I'm just saying this is why we shouldn't, because if it was really up to us, then it would go by us, and it would matter. because then it would be like, well, because we all said not to pee in the poll. Just like, as an example, that's not really something people vote for in the overall thing, but then you wouldn't be peeing in the poll. You're missing the point. Okay, point isn't about that specific thing. The thing is that whatever you vote for, even if it's not, something that's supposed to be there that you're supposed to be voting for, the electoral vote is always the thing that matters. And the point is that if it didn't matter, or if all of us, mattered anyway, regardless of the electoral vote, then yeah, it would make a difference. So that's the reason I don't see a point in voting. Honest to God, I just don't. Because it always gets overturned by that. Like, they have the overall say. So, because the final decision in the end of the voting poll is them. Yeah, I could vote all day on something else, on polls that I actually can count on, but as far as changing the way things are overall for rules and stuff, like if I said, well, people shouldn't be graffitiing in the bathroom, which is kind of illegal anyway, but people get away with it anyway, which is stupid. Anyway, when they write all these things on there like F you and all put down numbers to call people to have a good time and all that. Why? That doesn't look good. Oh, who cares about the value of the business? That ain't the point, dude. And it looks stupid and horrible. I can understand, I guess, if it was necessary and it was okay with the owner to put stickers on there. It'd be silly, but hey, at least it's better than all that mucked up scratching that people put in there, and especially on the walls, and saying, if you want to do sex with me or somebody that I know of, call this freaking number, especially next to the condom section. The worst of all thing to do is to do that in a business. My God, people. By people, I mean the people that actually freaking do this. I think they ought to be a lot. I think that what should happen is that since we can't actually catch them, and I know that there's a way to do it, okay? What you do is you actually clean it up and then wait for somebody to go in there. And then when they're done, you go check it. Because I know damn well you see the cameras, but you can't see what's going on in the bathroom. Okay? There's no camera in the bathroom. I know that there's a camera in certain bathrooms, but anyway, let's not go there. Even though they say that cameras are highly illegal, but they're there. Oh, they're there. But anyway. So, moving on. I'm just saying, legally, you should be able to do that. You go in there and you check it and make sure. You can't just check it because, it's already there. And if somebody tries to do that, you get them and you fine them. And whatever money you can get out of it, you take it and you use it, you clean it, and then the rest of it goes towards profits of the business. Because, or whatever you want. Because that is stupid and wrong. That's like if I go to someone's property and start scratching on their doors or slashing their frickin' tires. Or me or somebody else. I'm not saying I would be doing that. I'm just saying, as an example, a point case and scenario. I'm not saying I would do it personally. No. But as an example. Okay? It's wrong. It's like when somebody said that it was okay to poison people, and it shouldn't be. Why are you dumbass workers out there poisoning people just because someone's being rude? Get them off the property. Get them gone. Do whatever you can to do, but don't poison them. You're just as much as a crook as they are. Jeez. just because they harassed you. You know? That's wrong. You should go to jail for that. Should never be commended. I tell you what, if I ever got into the business somehow, which I don't know how that would be, because of the way of my situation, and I'm not going to get into it. But if I ever got into it somehow or another, I would never allow an employee to do such things. I would be, get out. You're fired. As a matter of fact, I'm going to call the cops and have your ass arrested because I don't allow that crap in my place. It's unprofessional. I don't care how wrong the customer is. You do not belong in this place. If you don't like the way somebody is, you come bring it to me. And if you're going to start doing that, I want you gone. Pack your fucking bag and get the fuck out. None of you damn workers who do that crap should be awarded. No. If you should be awarded, then so should I if I flip up somebody because I didn't like the way they were being to me. Because they were being rude. And I was being nice. I wasn't being rude at all. Or even if I was, which I wasn't. And I didn't flip them off anyway. But even so, I should go, here, take my fucking bird and get the fuck out of here. I don't care. It's not worth this damn job. Or even if it, even if you did, say I should still keep my job, because I should be rewarded because of that. I should be rewarded and kept my job because I flipped somebody off. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I don't even flip off people anymore. I used to do that when people would cut me off. I'd be like, stupid motherfucker. Oh well. I don't even do that anymore. But it's not to set up a precedent example either. Because it has nothing to do with business. But I'm just saying, literally, if you're allowed to do that, then I should be allowed to do that and keep my damn job. Honest to God, you dumbass motherfuckers. Come in there and do that. Jeez. And what's wrong with becoming a part of the family? I mean, if a job treats you well enough that they're gonna do that. Damn it. Damn. Fuck. Anyway. That you can become a part of the family as long as you're not being overworked and underpaid, I guess. A measly $2 an hour. Well, actually, $2 an hour is not too terribly bad. But it's still, actually, in this day and age, it is. But, overall, in general, it's not, because you can get so much a day. Like, let's say, if you worked 8 hours a day, it's $8 altogether. Actually, you know what? Well, back then, it made a difference. If you was lucky to get even, every day, if you got $8 a day. But nowadays, the more it goes, the more things go up, the more it's like, dude, $5 an hour is, pretty good, too. Even $5 2 hours, every 2 hours is not bad. I wouldn't do it for, every week or every day. Well, actually, maybe you could do it every day for $5. I don't know. And, well, actually, that would be the best way to do it, especially if you don't want to be overruled and overturned, or every week. Something to deal with, so you can start making money more. But the thing of it is that you're going to want to try and do it to where it makes more of a difference nowadays. It'd be more like, okay, especially if you want to survive in this world, you got to do it I don't know, have enough money to save back in your pocket, and then the rest of it you can use to eat with. It takes more than $5 to eat. Anyway, I gotta go, and I'll see you all in another episode. Until then, later.